Does the law of attraction work in relationships? Grab your stick, grab your drink. Let's get into this thing right now. Yeah, you know it. What up? What up? What up? It's your boy JB coming at y'all live and direct, and you know what it is. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast, man. I'm the real cigar Jeff. Y'all know where to find me, man. All that stuff down in the description. Y'all know where to find all that stuff at. This week we gonna jump right into this thing, and before we get into the topic of does the law of attraction work in relationships, we got to check in on the panel, see what they sipping on, see what they smoking on, so we can jump right in and give you this thing. TLC, let's see what you been fancy with this week.
This week I'm smoking on, this is the Rocky Patel, this is the vintage 1999 Connecticut stick. So that's what I'm smoking on tonight.
Okay.
Now, as I was going through Total Wine, I was thinking about this podcast, the law of attraction. Positive things equal positive thoughts. Negative could be negative. I saw this black cloud that was just hanging over my head.
Is that for the moderator?
It made me think of the podcast, but I got a better look at it, and it says cloud break at the top.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Maybe there'll be a silver lining in this tonight. I doubt it. But that's from California. It's a red wine blend, so that's what I'm sipping on.
Okay, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being on. We'll still do the soundboard for y'all. We'll still do the soundboard. Yeah, you in there. Appreciate you being on. Now y'all gotta know now, Rhonda on location tonight. She ain't gonna be smoking on nothing. She ain't gonna be sniffing on nothing. But Rhonda, go ahead. Let them know what you done got into for the night.
What's up, fellas? Thanks, JB, for having me back. Tonight, I'm gonna stick true to what I always do. Tonight, I'm sipping on some good old ice water from this hospital with my hospital straw. Can't smoke nothing or drink nothing in the hospital.
That's
here
dedication.
Supporting my wonderful auntie, and so we gonna do it live and direct, as JB say.
Live and direct, y'all know it.
From the hospital.
UNC Chapel Hill. Man, they run in the hospital, y'all. But they run in the hospital. It's out in the hospital. Y'all see she rocking my grandma's shirt too. Yeah, we doing all tonight. Rhonda ain't come through with the shirt. Certain haters online can't get one of them though. Yes, Lord. So yeah, man, y'all know, man, got our aunt going through a healing up there in North Carolina. Rhonda doing her part to look out for her. That's why Rhonda in the hospital, man. So the podcast don't stop though. My aunt, one of our biggest fans of the podcast, so man, she getting to see it produced live and direct, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Y'all know what I got. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all. I was watching 4th and 1 with your boy Cam Newton, TLC. You gonna appreciate this. And what I'm smoking on, because I saw him at the Super Bowl with it, the Casa 1910. And that thing is fancy. It say the Revolutionary Edition Sumatra Cuchillo. I saw him, everybody he was interviewing, this was the featured stick. So, shout out to Cam Newton, man, for putting that out there. As soon as I saw it, I went looking for it. And I was in Orlando today, so I found it. And man, this thing is pretty cool. I might have to do a review on this one. TLC. And of course, man, y'all know I'm drinking my High West. I had to bring it back. It's still ski season, so I'm drinking my High West. So I got to drink the good stuff since Rhonda can't drink. So somebody got to drink something for her. I ain't walking around with Total Wine though, trying to figure out what's up. I go to the tried and true.
I feel that black cloud coming.
You feel it already, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So, man, y'all know it's time to get into this thing. Does the law of attraction work in relationships? Y'all know, man. Y'all know how we get down, TLC, when you got the topic. What were you thinking?
I first got the topic, and I was thinking about the law of attraction. I was thinking it's about mindset, basically, is what we're talking about. Anytime you're going to have any type of structure, it only works if everybody buys into it. So does law of attraction work in a relationship? I think if everybody in the relationship buys into it, then yeah, it does. And I was thinking back over like just the history of man, how crazy some of the stuff is people have done culturally. And the Aztecs popped in my mind for this one. You know, they had the sun god, and they were like, oh, we just need to chop somebody's head off and make a sacrifice, and the sun god will bless us with the rain. And I was like, okay, that's a positive thought maybe you could have. But what happens if it doesn't rain the next day? They just chop somebody else's head off. They're going to say, you know what? We didn't make the proper sacrifice, so we're just going to keep chopping someone's head off until it rains. Eventually, it's going to rain, and they're going to say, you know what? It worked. So, I mean, I think no matter how crazy that may sound, with any structure, if everybody buys into it, then eventually it'll work. And you'll say, see, it worked the whole time. So that was my mindset. It's like, it doesn't matter what structure you put in place for this one. If you think positive thoughts, will positive thoughts happen? Will positive things happen? Then yeah, eventually, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I get the sense you're a little skeptical, or you gotta, that's the question. I need your answer up front so we'll know where you're going with this thing.
My answer
don't say it depends. Don't say it depends.
No. I said my answer is as long as everybody in the relationship believes in it, then yeah, it'll work.
Okay. All right. That's a little strange. I was expecting a little something different. Right, jump in there when you get the topic. I know you've been busy, operating with Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina. So let us know what you thought when you got the topic.
That's a good question. So I do believe the law of attraction plays a huge role in people's relationships. If they believe in something like that, a lot of the times, a lot of people will just go into relationships reckless. Let's just be real. They're going to be reckless. They may just want to get some D or get some V. And, hey, if it works, it works. Because now the law of attraction doesn't mean we get to know each other first. Now it's like, oh, let's smash. And then we'll see if something brings us together or not. Like, people aren't wasting time to get to know each other now. They want to see how everything is up front and then decide if they want to do something. So I think the law of attraction can apply in some cases, but I think a lot of people are just ready to just like, man, bump all that. We ain't doing this traditional stuff. We're not going through all of that. And let's go ahead on and get to this thing. Whether that's sex or saying they in love or what have you, because I think the pandemic put a lot of people in a space of they don't want to be by themselves, or they know they want to be by themselves. I think it was a deciding factor for a lot of things. So can the law of attraction work? Yes, but I don't think people actually apply it when they're out here looking for someone to be in a relationship with.
Okay. All right. Now, Rhonda, I like that thought. Let me look on the chat, see what's going on. Okay, Real got K in the chat again, y'all. So I was like, okay. What you said? All right, she back in the chat. I see it. Right. So guys, I'm gonna tell y'all my answer. I'm gonna say the law of attraction does not work in relationships. Y'all know we jumping into this thing from the beginning. We gonna jump in this thing for the sake of time. We about to share this. First of all, we got to actually look at this thing. Now, I'm over here at betterup.com. What is the law of attraction? The reason why I say it doesn't work, because ain't nobody, Ron, I like what you said, ain't nobody doing all this. Now, this came from The Secret and all that. Y'all can go search YouTube, y'all can go search anything and just type in the law of attraction. I'm gonna just skip to some stuff. What is the law of attraction and how to use it, right? But I just want to go to the what. All right, y'all got me from last week, said I took. Yeah. All right. What is the law of attraction, right? Argues that positive thoughts and actions reap positive rewards. This is one of the 12 universal laws of Hermetic philosophy and was made famous by the book The Secret. Okay. Positive thinking is linked to better physical health, longer life, and even a lower risk of heart disease. Okay. So this is what it came down to. It says, I want to go there. What are the 7 laws of attraction? And then we're going to get into this, TLC, because I want to go back to you and then around to come to you as well. But here's what I wanted to get to this. Ain't nobody doing all this in a relationship. That's why I said it don't work. magnetism is number one. These are the 7 sub laws, right? Magnetism. So negative thoughts attract one another, but positive does the same. Manifestation. Focus our attention and energy to the present thing and change it. Number 3 is right action. Okay? Some negative aspects of our lives can be removed or changed. Toxic workplaces, unhealthy relationships, right, can prevent us from living meaningful life. By removing these negatives, we can fulfill empty space with things that help us be more purposeful, right? Number 4, delicate balance. Some days are great, but they all can't be, kind of like what TLC just said. Okay. 5, unwavering desires. Okay. 6, harmony. The harmony that we have around us can influence our energy. And number 7, universal influence. This is integral to the law of attraction. What we put into the world, we get back. And number 7 is what I'm gonna focus on. Number 7 is what I'm gonna focus on, because that's the biggest lie I ever told. This is what we put into the world, we get back. How we treat others has a direct impact on our life. If you disrespect someone, you fuel them with reasons to do the same. But I know plenty of people who, the more you disrespect them, the more they love you. It ain't the same. Go ahead, TLC, jump in there.
For that one, I don't think it's if you're disrespectful to a person, that individual person is going to be disrespectful to you. I think it's the energy you put out there as a whole is what comes back. So if you're mean or rude to somebody else, then eventually somebody else is going to be mean or rude to you. So, you know, like when people are on like a fast food line or whatever, and they're like, oh, I'll pay for the person behind me. That doesn't mean the person behind you is going to owe you a meal, but you just putting it out there. So you think those good vibes will eventually come to you. You're doing something good for a random person. And at some point in your life, some random person will eventually do something good for you. I think that's the concept of number 7. It's not that individual person that you.
Well, I think I disagree with you, but I appreciate your point. Go ahead, Ron. Jump in on Ron.
Well, I don't know if I completely understand. That's universal influence, right?
Yeah.
That's the one that we're focusing on?
Yeah, that's the one I'm focusing on.
I get what Torrance is saying though about like paying it forward, but in a relationship, like you could end up with somebody who, I just know for a lot of women sometimes we don't want the nice guy. Sometimes we don't want the one that's trying their best to, you know, to do all the things and make sure people are good, and you tend to go for the one that ignores you or yeah, you tend to. And so but that doesn't mean you're out here putting bad stuff into the universe.
Go ahead,
it's just what you attracted to.
Maybe you want maybe you don't want a nice person. You want a person's a little bad. Or maybe you're a little bad. You know, maybe you're a little naughty. It's possible. It still might be like-minded people coming together now.
TLC.
I'm just saying.
This is why it doesn't work, TLC. This is why it doesn't work. Because what's happening is, in a relationship, guys, where you plant the seed, the harvest has to come from that person. This ain't about others giving it to you, TLC. This ain't about that. If I'm in a relationship with somebody, what I give them, right? What I put into them, they got to give it back. So I'm not saying that if I go out and I buy my wife a Maybach, right? She don't have to give me a Maybach back, but I should at least not get, well, I want it black and you done got white, right? It should be, oh my God, you know what? That's cool. But you know what she gonna say? She may say, well, you knew what color I wanted and you still got me the wrong one. I'll drive it, but I ain't gonna smile. Right?
Well, if you knew which color she wanted and you got the wrong one, look, what made TLC, you deep down in your core?
What's the only color it had, TLC? And when you're riding in the car, earlier in the podcast, you said you were gonna get a new car this year. And what do we talk about, right? Every time you look up now, you're gonna see that car, right? So when you're riding with her, all she gonna tell you, I ain't got mine yet. Every time you see one, right? So TLC, you just go get something because you're like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and just get her one. Okay? What I'm telling you, TLC, is that I want everybody to know this universal influence is the one I'm focusing on for today, because this universal influence means I got to put into you, and you got to give me the response. You don't have to give me the same input, but you got to your response to my input has gotta fulfill me. Has gotta fulfill me. And that's the whole point, right? Where people are struggling, your relationship, the universal influence has to come to the two parties. It cannot come from an outside party, or it's not gonna work. Jump in there, Ronnie. Let me know what you're thinking.
You can't say like who the person you pick will love you back the way that you're loving them, right? And so even though that's what we want, because
Yep.
we love people the way we want to be loved, but they can only love us the way they know how to love.
Yes.
And so this universal influence is a tricky thing because it's not going to be like automatic. Like, again, I'm a big believer that person has to wake up every day and choose to love you and choose to stay with you, right? And then when she make it past, I wish he won't even living, then that's when the real love starts happening. And so it's like, I just don't know how that could actually happen and be okay, that you'll meet somebody who's ready to love you how you're being loved and could give. Because I just think the roles are different with men and women. I think women are trained that men should love you more, should be showing you stuff and all that kind of stuff, but not, I just don't think the woman could reciprocate unless she absolutely wants to when it comes to that universal influence.
Now, Rhonda, that's a good point. That's a good point. And what I want everybody to kind of think about is if men and women approach attraction different, now all of a sudden this law of attraction, this subset law called a universal influence, if you're going to use this for your relationship, okay, here's the problem why I say it doesn't work. Because now you're asking that person to do the exact same. And that person don't have the capacity to do the exact same. So let's say I'm going to cook you a meal. And if you can't cook me a meal back, now that may cause conflict. Okay. Now, if I pump your gas, and then what happens if you don't pump my gas? What I'm trying to tell you, TLC, remember we talked about this 50-50 working relationships, TLC?
Right.
We did that podcast, right? Go ahead, jump into TLC.
I don't look at it like that. You're saying it's, gas for gas. I got to pump the gas. Now you got to pump my gas.
What does it say, TLC? What does it say?
Maybe you pumped her gas and she does something else nice for you.
Like
something
what?
Completely different. I don't know. I have no idea, but whatever it is, it's something different. It doesn't have to be gas for gas, you know?
TLC, are you reading what the thing says as far as how we treat others has a direct impact? If you disrespect someone, you fuel them with reasons to do the same. This is why I'm saying it doesn't work. If you're disrespectful with somebody, then eventually somebody TLC, it ain't gonna be the somebody. It's gonna be the person in your house. Al Green got grits thrown on him. It wasn't somebody outside that threw grits on him.
But he didn't throw grits
over there.
He didn't throw grits back though. There was only one pan. There was only one pot of grits thrown.
He couldn't.
That's my point. That's my point.
He couldn't throw the grits back. He was on the ground.
I think he cheated on his wife.
Yeah.
So that was the negative thing. And then she threw the grits on him.
Absolutely.
It's two negative. It's two disrespectful things. But they're not the same exact thing.
But TLC, it's still a corresponding action from the person in that house. And what's happening is the reason why the law of attraction does not work. The reason why the law of attraction does not work, in my opinion, is because, first of all, people get with people, then they start getting the wrong expectation of what the person should do in return. And what happens is, if I'm a guy that like to grill out, I'm gonna like to grill regardless. I'm not expecting you to like grilling just as much as I do. You see what I'm saying? And this is why a lot of times relationships, now you got two selfish people coming together to be more selfish. You don't have two selfish people coming together to say, I'm going to step back and learn more about you. Guys, we done these same podcasts. And if this worked, we wouldn't have no podcast topics. Because all this stuff we done talked about with relationships. If the law of attraction worked, here's what happens. If it worked, there would be more relationships. You know how to go on Facebook or Instagram and hear how people talking about staying positive and being true and know your value, know your worth. Then when you look at who they with. How that work, TLC?
What's wrong with who they with?
ain't nothing like they saying they are. So you got these self-help gurus. You got these self-help gurus talking about all these things you should demand out of a person. Meanwhile, the person at home treating them like crap.
Well, that's how you make money. That's how you make money.
Yeah.
People don't have to necessarily be in your bedroom. But I will say this: I do believe if you are older and you've gone through some of the tough times in having a previous relationship, and then you get remarried or in a relationship, I think you can handle the law of attraction better because you got a better understanding of relationships. And I would love to know the percentage of people who've been married more than once, like how much stuff shifted from one marriage to the next, because I bet they would have a better understanding because they know themselves hopefully better to know how to communicate what they need to say.
Well, see, right, hold on now. You bring your marriage in, that's a different law. That's the law of trying not to kill. That's the law of trying not to kill each other.
But then you have some people who've been married and they said, I would never do that mess again. Like, ain't no way in the world I'll ever do that again.
Let me tell you something. Marriage is what I tell people about marriage is this. Marriage is something that you got to stay in it longer to appreciate the benefit of it. Right? You got to stay in it longer to appreciate the benefit of it. Because you got to get past that phase of what you thought she would do and what you thought he would do. And then if y'all can still tolerate each other, what did I say on previous podcast? Can you eat, smoke, or drink? You got to do 2 out of the 3. And if I can't do 2 out of the 3 with you, that relationship ain't gonna last. And that's whether you're single or you're married. Because one of the things I tell people is single people go to the club. Whenever a married person goes to the club, y'all know they come back in a fight. Because some dude then hit on your wife and you told her to wear that outfit.
Some dude looking like Usher. Some dude looking like Usher.
On skate, ripped, shining, glistening, smiling at
y'all see all the boyfriends and husbands. They didn't want their wives couldn't go to the Super Bowl, so they doing their own Usher show. Don't nobody want that.
You get them. Did nobody ask you? Look, I can put cocoa butter on too. It'll look like that if I had that kind of light show.
No, you don't have that hip action.
I'm telling you, boy. I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness.
Let me get the icing hot. Go ahead, TLC.
When we brought the Super Bowl, anyway, it brought this thing that I noticed during the Super Bowl. So they were talking about Travis Kelce. Of course, they brought up Taylor Swift, as they always do. But they were saying Travis Kelce, I guess, got the suite. And I forgot how much it cost, like over $1 million for the suite for him and his family and Taylor and all them. Mm-hmm. But I was like, you know what? He had to get the suite because Taylor Swift is used to being in a suite. So if he wanted her at the show, he didn't have a choice. So that's, some guy who's doing something positive to keep the relationship going. And she showed up to the venue to support him. So you still have 2 people doing positive things together. So it's like the law of attraction. They're both doing positive things. But that was my point. That doesn't mean they're doing the same thing. He had to buy this $1 million suite, but she had to fly from like Tokyo, Japan, or wherever she was to come and support him. But you're both still doing positive things together. That's what I was saying. But the opposite works too. If one person's doing something negative and then the other person starts doing something negative, now you're both going downhill, but it's still the law of attraction. Mm-hmm. You're just both going negative with it.
But agree. I agree with you. But the reason what we talking about, does it work in relationships? And the answer is no. But see, that's the whole point. This is the whole point, TLC. When we look at that universal influence, because I think that's the reason why it won't work. If y'all want me to pull up, I can pull up the other 6 if you think one of the other ones are critical. But I thought number 7 was the deal. What's killing a lot of relationships is people thinking positive, and they think if I just speak positive. No, you can't turn a lie into the truth, right? You can't turn a lie into the truth. That'll get back. That'll get blocked out. Don't worry about that.
What's the lie? I mean,
no. So I'll give you an example, right? We're talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. When Travis Kelce hit Anthony Reid, the coach,
Andy Reid.
When he got in Andy Reid's face and bumped him, and Andy Reid almost fell over, nobody was concerned about Andy Reid. They all said, "Oh my God, is he doing that to Taylor? Oh my God, And TLC, if the law of attraction worked, she should have went up to him. We shouldn't have seen them all hugged up together afterwards, right?
Come on,
Because how does Taylor Swift like a man that's got a hot head like that? That ain't what she portrayed. That ain't what she portrayed.
that you're taking the law of attraction, you're taking it outside the relationship. He hit the coach, who was a person on the team, and then the defense tightened down. So it worked. You hit somebody, somebody else hit somebody, and they got a ring. They got a ring now. The law of attraction worked, buddy. He like, what y'all doing? Let's get this ring.
TLC, come on now. That's
The law of attraction worked.
so no, TLC. That's
They
the
were
law.
losing that game. They were losing to that.
That dude went off on the sideline, but everybody was concerned about Taylor Swift. No, the guys on the team, like, he does that all the time. Right? But people were concerned about Taylor Swift. Yeah.
I think it's too. I think what you do on the field is something totally different in your relationship.
No, I agree. But what we talking about, guys?
What you're saying, the equivalent would be him coming out of the middle of a Taylor Swift concert and grabbing her guitar or something like. No, that's his work. That's what he does. Taylor Swift don't have nothing to do with that. Just like he don't have nothing to do with Taylor Swift's work. He ain't breaking into her concerts. Like, come on.
But I'm just telling y'all this universal influence, right? Why is it? Look, here's what I know. They got a media that wants to see them together. Mm-hmm. Travis Kelce never got attention like this with any of his other relationships. This ain't the law of attraction. This helped the NFL. This was the #1 rated Super Bowl in history. They said Usher got the equivalent of $53 million in advertising for doing that Super Bowl halftime show, right?
15 minutes.
For 10 minutes. What I'm trying to tell y'all is the law of attraction doesn't work. If you put a media apparatus behind me and my relationship, it's going to make you think it's perfect. I think when Travis Kelce bumped Andy Reid, everybody said, whoa, 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 right? Because the first concern was for Taylor Swift. But here's the deal. I think Taylor Swift, I'm going to say this is going to be a different podcast for another day. I said this earlier. Hope YouTube don't ban me, but I will say this. I think the only reason Taylor Swift is treating him the way she is because for the first time in her relationships, she's got some competition. Because what did Travis Kelce used to date? See, Travis Kelce used to only date black women. And what I'm telling you is...
Who's her competition?
The black women that he used to date. If you look at physically what he used to deal with, TLC, Taylor Swift is completely different. She can act up if she want to. Sister, wait. The sister back there in the camouflage, in the hedge bush, she's like, hey, look, when she mess up, I'm here. And she gonna mess up, TLC. He likes sisters from a physical standpoint. He get his hair cut at our barbershop. Taylor Swift ain't never walked in our barbershop. Taylor Swift don't know what she don't know what taper. She don't know what a taper is. She ain't saying about that in her songs. I'm just telling y'all that when we get that the media can get behind you, and we talked about it before, social media can prop you up, can prop your relationship up too. Right? How do you know somebody about to break up? How you know a relationship about to be over? They start posting pictures together. They start posting pictures together. If all of a sudden they start posting pictures together, y'all in trouble.
I think when you're Taylor Swift, they can't help. It's not like she's asked to be on TV. She's not asked the NFL to take pictures of her. It's something they can't control. So that's just something they have to deal with. And to be honest, if you're Taylor Swift, you're used to being in front of the media all the time.
TLC, so who said she didn't? Who said TLC? NFL ratings were down. Who said the NFL didn't ask her to be on TV? They cut to her every chance they got.
Yes,
but it's not. It's not
TLC, how do we know? Yes, it is. TLC, I submit to you that, in my opinion, is she did request it, just like Biden requested her to endorse him. This girl is sought after because of the young people that she controls, and that's why I think Travis Kelce has to get back used to dating somebody like her, and it's coming across as cute, it's coming across as a fairy tale, but you want what you want, and eventually, I think the reason she's acting like that is because she knows he has different options that look the exact opposite of her. Right? And this is the whole point. That's why she surf swagging. That's why she doing all this stuff when she get to the game. Because guess what? She knows that dude in the sisters. And once you get in the sisters now, she trying to save swag, she chugging beers, she doing all this stuff that ain't her image that she put out there. Go ahead, TLC, before I
That's
get
what
into
you
this part.
see. I think she's been doing this the whole time. I
No.
think that is really her. I think she's been surf swagging. She's been doing that the whole time. She just couldn't do it in public because she had to keep
Yes.
looking over her shoulders to make sure Kanye won't over there. But now that she's got
Speaking of that.
Travis Kelce, she ain't got to worry about nobody
And Ice
crazy.
Spice in the box with her too. Come on,
Mhm.
man.
Yes. Now she can
You
be
know
her
you
true
doing
self. That's why she
Mhm.
likes Travis Kelce, because now she can be the real her.
Well, even still, if that's the real her, she still can't. She can't compete with an authentic sister. This ain't a Jeff trying to dog other people. But I'm just saying, when he
It
started
sounds like it is, and all the
Yes,
Swift,
it
and to
definitely
all
sound
the
like it is.
to all the
We love
Swifties
Taylor
out there,
Swift
that
over
ain't
here.
me telling
Yes.
that.
Oh,
I'm a
they
big Taylor
can
Swift
come.
fan.
They
Like
can
Taylor.
come after
That's
me. They can come after me. Watch the whole thing if you can, please. Watch the whole thing so I can get the views. Please do.
Oh
But
my
I
Lord.
can see that this thing has been orchestrated. Ain't nobody that happy. Ain't nobody that happy. This thing is orchestrated.
In the beginning, people can be that happy.
You no. You catch it every picture. You catch it everything. Everybody. She's on tour. In the NFL needed ratings, man. Don't try to fool me with that. I want to go over here to my next article, though. I want to go over here to my next article. Law of attraction, love, and how you can manifest it. Now that's rest of our time. I just want to go over this. Now, guys, I'm gonna go through here pretty fast. Okay, I'm gonna go through here pretty fast. Law of attraction, everything you need to know. I just want to speak. I want to go down here to this part of the article. All these will be all these will be linked in the description. And I'm telling y'all why this don't work. So, TLC and Ronnie, can y'all see these?
I
My
Five
screen
laws of
is
attraction.
small, so just read them out real quick. My screen is real small.
Okay, 5 laws of attraction, guys. This is why it doesn't work. Set your intentions. Back in the day, guys, if you were dating a girl, you had to go and sit before her father or sit before the male figure in her life. Right? And what the dad would ask you is, tell me what your intentions are for my daughter. Okay? And what the dad was looking for was how concise is your answer? How concise is your answer, right? Then we all got taught to lie. I'm going to give it a whirl. I'm going to give it a whirl. Right? Which means we're going to be asking to borrow money from you about 6 months from now, right? But look at what it says. Make a clear statement to yourself and that you're ready and open for a relationship. Clarify this by writing out a statement of intent. Now, in previous podcasts, what did I tell y'all? Write down, like, you better have a vision for this relationship. Go back and listen to the podcast now. This is why it doesn't work. Law of attraction doesn't work. Number two, right? And then, y'all see what it says. Then regularly repeat it to yourself to cement it in your subconscious mind. Number 2, visualize your ideal partner. To manifest your dream partner into your life, you need to be clear about what your ideal partner looks like. This is why it won't work. The more ideal your person looks, the more expensive they are.
It said your ideal person, not your dream person.
TLC, okay. Ideal or dream, TLC. Whether it's my dream or whether it's my ideal, I can't afford it, right? This is the reason why it won't work. This is the reason why it won't work, right? You start laying out what you want, it's gonna cost money. Everybody done been to a car dealership. And your budget don't ever match the car you want. And then that's when they got to go.
Ideal. That's what I said, ideal. You ain't leaving with the damn Corvette.
TLC, I'm breaking you down, TLC. Look at what it says. Use these guidelines to create a detailed image of your dream partner. See, TLC, why don't you look? See, this the whole point. I love when you try to show off on the podcast. You know I done articles where it said it right there. Use these guidelines to create a detailed image of your dream partner. So you trying to do some stuff.
It said dream, but then it said ideal.
Agreed. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I could you only pull up the difference between ideal and dream. All I'm saying is that both of them cost money. Both of them cost money. The Cutlass wasn't my ideal car. It wasn't my dream car. I just needed to drive something right there.
I could dream about Rihanna, but my ideal person is gonna be the girl down at the.
You missing my point, because what I said is gonna cost you some money. The finer they are, the more expensive they are. The more ideal they are, the more expensive they are. Some of y'all gotta realize that you can't do this. Because that person, y'all seen it. What's the joke? They say if you on Instagram and you go to the comments, a girl that's posting a thirst picture, a girl that posted a picture. Oh, good grand rising queen, you know, you're the picture of heaven. You just look so beautiful. And that dude don't have a chance. Come on, TLC. That dude does not have a chance, right? So this is why it doesn't work. You don't have the talent nor the money to get your idea or your dream. If you ever get behind on a credit card, you got to call up and offer to settle.
Or something.
Right? You get to call up and offer them something. And a lot of y'all operating in settlement mode. Man, look, dog, all right, let me go ahead. I'll just take this. And that's what happens right now. Here's another reason why it wouldn't work. That's why I did this article. Be the person you want in your life. Hell, if I was the person I wanted in my life, I wouldn't need a person. I want somebody else to do the crazy stuff I want.
Oh, my Lord.
When you consider the traits that are important to you in a partner, consider how you can foster them into your own life. No, that's what I want her for. I don't want. If I did that in my own life, I wouldn't need the law of attraction. Okay. If kindness is important to you, focus on being kinder to yourself. Well, if I was that, I wouldn't need kindness. Putting yourself out there to meet someone with
You'll attract that. You'll attract that.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Because here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. We got taught fake it till you make it. I'm gonna do another podcast on that down the road. Fake it till you make it has destroyed a lot of people. You are attracting what's really in you. You are attracting what you're trying to be. Right?
But if you talk to yourself a certain way, and always talking down about yourself and all that, who won't be around that? Don't nobody want to be around Eeyore.
Look, let me tell you this. That's messed up. But look, that's messed up. But what I'm saying to you, Rhonda, is you got to know what you are. Some people are ruled by negative thought. How many people get drafted? This for all the haters who said I couldn't make it. Mama, I did this for you. You the only one who believed in me. Right? So some of us are driven by negativity.
Most of us are driven by negativity.
But guess what? So now you meet the girl in the background. You know, you done got drafted. Now you meet a girl who telling you great. You don't know what to do with that. You just stood on stage and said, this are all the haters who said I couldn't make it. Now somebody come and tell you, well, you know, when I followed you were always going to be great. Really? Right? So you know that's a lie. Mm-hmm. But when somebody caters to your lie, you like, damn, this feel good. Because I just want to keep a lie going. I don't want to know the truth about myself that I was sitting here wondering where my next move was going to come from. Ain't nobody want to hear that. That girl walks up to you. She fine. She your ideal, TLC. She your dream, TLC. And she's saying your will. She's saying yes to your will and yes to your way.
But she don't mean it. So your line, you lying.
But you didn't mean it. But you didn't mean it either. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, TLC.
So it's still like-minded. You just both lying to each other.
No. But that's the whole point, TLC. The law of attraction doesn't work when it's not truthful. See, a magnet is attracted to another magnet. Both of them are magnets. They ain't lying. One is a magnet and one is not a magnet, and won't work. They both have to be magnets. They have to be real magnets. Okay.
I think they're still I think it's still like-minded people are attracting each other, because you got one person that's living a lie, and you got the other person that's living a lie. There's two people living a lie. They might not be having the same lie, but they both living lies.
TLC, I'm right there with you. I get what you're saying, but what we talking about is, for the sake of the law of attraction, what this thing is really telling you is what you got to become before you can get that same attraction in your life. Well, I'm only becoming that to get you. I don't stay that. And that's why relationships fail. That's why I'm saying it doesn't work. I'm trying to create this persona to attract my ideal or attract my dream, and it doesn't work like that. That's why the relationships fail.
You're saying that these points don't work, not that the law of attraction doesn't work.
No. I'm saying the law of attraction doesn't work, and I'm saying these points don't work because what people are doing are they're creating these facades. Mm-hmm. As Wolf of Wall Street saying, it's fugazi, right? That's why the law of attraction doesn't work, because you're like, okay, I see that she likes this, so I'm gonna come over and act like I like this, right? You know, or I see that he likes this, so I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna fake and put that out there. See, everybody now can put this facade out there that they want to, and it's not the real you. But if you believe in this law of attraction stuff, TLC said it in the beginning. I'm gonna give him credit for this. If both of y'all faking it, you gonna call it law of attraction. If both of y'all faking it, you gonna call it the law of attraction. And then once I get what I want out of you, I'm gonna stop faking it. Now the relationship is done. That's why y'all hear in the beginning he wooed me, he did this, he did that. No, we were faking. We were faking. So let me finish this up because I want to give the rest of the podcast to this. Number 4, acknowledge and challenge your stumbling blocks. Sometimes we can be our own worst enemy when it comes to finding love. Conscious and unconscious beliefs, which is just another word for tradition, can create barriers to achieving what you long for. As a result, beliefs such as no one will ever love me or I can't trust the person I love, you may be standing in the way of your happiness. See, a lot of us want to get in relationships because we hate ourselves. This is why they say dedicate time to connect with yourself. Once you connect with yourself, you don't need a relationship. Right? And this is the number one thing. If I connect with myself, the relationship is no longer work. Because if I connect with myself, the person I'm with gonna connect with themselves. And now the relationship becomes easy. The law of attraction don't work because, man, we got to go here. Hey, look, we got to do this. We got to do that. And you throw the social media component on it. And what I'm telling y'all is that the social media component has made it even tougher. Because let me tell you how most of the world you know is a lie. Let somebody drop receipts. Why are we shocked when people drop receipts? Because everybody living in a lie. Cat Williams told everybody that stuff. Everybody like, oh my God, he had to drop receipts. What is Bernie? Right when he was
that how he said it?
Yeah, when he said Bernie, it was the show. And Bernie was the funniest.
You do change your tone. You do change your tone.
Bro, when he started changing his tone with the receipts, and that's why I'm trying to tell y'all, everybody got to understand this thing called receipts. Everybody got caught. And the reason why the law of attraction don't work is because receipts won't let you have a law of attraction. Good luck telling people that. Almost at the last one, TLC. Then we're going to finish it up.
I disagree, though, because if you think about it, okay, so who was Cat Williams talking about? Okay, he was talking about Ricky Smiley. He was talking about
Sid Entertainer, Steve Harvey.
Who did they hang out with? They all hang out with each other. Don't they all hang out with each other? So,
yeah, they hang out with each other. Yeah.
Okay, so that is the law of attraction.
Y'all see where TLC.
Like-minded, like-minded.
How do I know Cat Williams telling the truth? Ludacris came out on that stage with his afro last night.
He sure God did. I said, dang, that thing big.
Ludacris said, "No, bro, Cat Williams done changed everything." Ludacris came out with the old Ludacris. Yeah.
What did Jermaine Dupri come out with?
Well, I don't know, but Rhonda had them socks for the Easter program when we were in elementary school.
Louis Vuitton won't tatted on them.
Look, let me tell you. Will Cigar K just said, "You not good at impersonating JB." That's crazy. But this one says, be a source of love for yourself. Guys, if you can get to this point, you're not gonna be looking for a relationship. Right? If you're doing all of these 5, you're gonna be like, I don't need nobody. If this worked, nobody would be in a relationship. Go ahead, Ray.
I think it's more that if you have these things within yourself, you won't be chasing anybody. Doesn't mean you won't want a relationship. Okay, you just wouldn't be chasing someone. Yeah.
So you won't be like TLC. Is that what you said? Oh, okay.
I did not say that. No. Torrance got all the ladies. He just can't decide which one.
No, you still good over here. But don't worry about it. It's probably because I ate your lunch again. You'll connect that Google Fiber you got up there in North Carolina.
Oh my gosh.
I ate your lunch again. But now you still recording. But this is what it says, guys. Share the love you have in your heart and watch it come back to you. It doesn't. The person you love the most gonna hate you the most. The person you hate the most gonna be the one that loves you the most. This is why this stuff sounded good when The Secret came out and all that kind of stuff. It sounded good.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, it is not good in reality. We got to stop trying to create reality out of entertainment. That's why when we see receipts, we just like, man, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? When we see receipts, everybody gets enamored with receipts now. And I don't know why that's the case.
But you answered your own question. You said how people live in a lie. You said how people like they live in a lie, and so the receipts are good because okay, so this is real because what I've been doing has been fake this whole time.
And that's why social media is so big. I love that social media even knows this doesn't work. Social media gave you the platform to be fake. And that's why I love these Instagram reels that says I'm such and such. Of course I do such and such. I'm
Am I
such
back?
and such.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
Yes.
back in TLC.
Okay.
You never
Okay.
Yeah, you back. So guys, this is what's happening. The reason I put this up is to be a source of love to yourself. We've been talking about these and all these relationship podcasts we did. We're not relationship gurus. We doing this for entertainment purposes only, right? So why am I saying that to you guys? Why am I saying that to you guys? Rhonda is up there in the hospital with my aunt right now. Rhonda's up there in the hospital. That's reality. That's reality. Now, if Rhonda had a formal relationship, how long you gonna be there?
None
Well,
of your
what they doing
business.
now? Right. Well,
None of your business.
see that's the whole point, right? The number one thing is, guys, you are now concerned. You are now concerned about that person in a way that makes you feel self-conscious or insecure because you knew you were faking the entire time. And that's what TLC just did. TLC just did his comedy thing. See, that's real. But there's got to be somebody in the audience. There's got to be somebody in the audience that's going to say, hey, man, you know what? He's funny. I want a guy that's funny. Blah, 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 blah. Well, TLC is going to say, I don't want a girl that like comedians because I ain't funny. If that happens, now I'm just using that as an example, TLC. I ain't saying you didn't say you weren't funny. No, I'm just saying, right? You know, TLC going to be like, man, I ain't getting no groupie. TLC is like, yeah, no, I ain't that funny. If you tell TLC he did a good job, nah, man, I did all right. Right? Tell him
TLC.
Yeah, and tell him he didn't do a good job, man. I felt that was one of my best shows. That's exactly what he does.
I just downplay because I'm talking to JB. I'm hilarious.
Oh.
Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hilarious. Okay, hilarious. I told him he ain't gonna make it big till he come up there and bash all of us. That's what I told him. Yo, we can say, Ronnie, don't put your name in it. But that's what I wanted y'all to see. These are 5 things. The question is, does the law of attraction work? The answer is no. The answer is, if you look at the rules, one of the things we do, you know, Real Cigar Case said TLC got real jokes, unlike JV. Boy, the haters gonna hate. The haters gonna hate,
capital
bro.
letters.
The haters gonna hate. Like, I'm gonna stop giving out the audience link. I'm gonna change it. But that's the whole point. The law of attraction, guys. Remember, this is the book, The Secret. If you're reading The Secret, it's because life is kicking your butt. So now she's telling you to tell your mindset of what you want so that it'll come to you. You still got to do the physical stuff to get what you want. So
it always works. It's always
work. And none of these things mention work. That's why it doesn't work. Rhonda, jump in there. Let me know what you think.
No, that and that work is real. That work will expose everything that you may not be doing. It's showing up for yourself, and we don't know how to show up for ourselves because we're expecting everybody else to show up for us and do the work for us. And you think about who in your life will come in to save the day for you, and if you're honest with yourself, it ain't gonna be too many. Right. And so, but we would like to think that there are multiple people that will come in and help us out and get us to where we're going. No, all that depends on you. You can have some cheerleaders, but until you put in the work, nothing's going to shift for you if that's what you want. But most people don't have that fortitude in themselves to do all of that. Because again, it ain't for everybody. And that's why everybody ain't doing it.
Yep. No, and that's the key. I think that's the key. We're missing this thing called work. But in order to work, work is truthful, right? Work is truthful. Your paycheck is truthful. So just know your ideal person. If you're looking at this, guys, your ideal person, your dream person, look at your check. Look at your income. We did High Value Man last week. The person that's ideal for you costs at least 3 to 4 times more than what you're making right now. The person that's ideal for you. Why is it ideal? Because sometimes we need another person to help us see what our value should be. This is why when people go to church, when they go to seminars, you go to a Tony Robbins conference, and he helps you walk across those hot coals. You didn't know you could walk across hot coals, but somebody told you. He told you, man, don't even think about the coals, just walk. Because you've been taught to focus on the coals. You didn't get taught to walk over them. Now, he had to stop because people started getting blisters on their feet. But, you know, that's another thing for another day. Go ahead, TLC.
It was one of those books that I read. I think it was the one you gave me. It was on
Oh, I thought you were still reading. I thought you were still reading Thomas Train.
Well, stop.
I don't even
You know
know
what?
It was the one on the bicycle.
Yeah, Sandler. You can't teach a kid to ride a bike at a seminar.
There you go. He was saying something, I think, in that book about most seminars aren't successful because people only work in that environment of the seminar. You're in that environment, you're going through the training, but then once you get away from that, you get away from those people, now you're back to probably doing your own thing unless you have a system that sticks. So that's why I was saying with the law of attraction, it's about having like-minded people. And that's why I was saying when the Aztecs were cutting people's head off, everybody there, or at least the main society, had to feel like, oh, if we just cut people's heads off, it'll start to rain. But it's about everybody in that system buying into it.
Yeah, the two people have to be the two people have to reinforce this, because it's not the law of attraction that works. It's two people who work that creates the attraction. That's why most of your stuff, most of the time you go meet somebody, it's going to be tied to your work. How did I meet the person I'm with? Because where I was working and doing a lot of my meetings, knew her, introduced her. That ain't nowhere on the list. Right? Look,
well,
and at the end,
that was probably positive for one person.
It was for
no,
he looked out, bro. She looked out. TLC. She looked out, dog. She looked out. I still remember how she saw me. I still remember how she looked when I walked in.
Oh Lord!
And the look. I can't believe God has sent him this way.
Oh, is that what she said? Okay.
Well, that's what I heard. I don't know if that's what she said. I know what I heard.
Like you say, people can say anything on social media. So,
well, this like on social media, this podcast. TLC, you see that in the chat? I was not impressed. He said I was not impressed. Well, the haters gonna hate. But I want y'all to understand this about why I'm saying no. Only reason I'm saying no is because we've done relationship podcasts left and right. Podcasts left and right. This whole thing about positive thinking and all this stuff, guys, that doesn't work when it comes to a relationship, because relationships are real. This is not some pie in the sky stuff. Now, most people operate from a position of hurt. And what this book did, what The Secret did, and the law of attraction did, is it gave you hope again, but it made you focus on you. But I'm telling you, Rhonda just hit it. I like that. That's my word of the day. If I did all this law of attraction stuff, now I'm not chasing. If you come to me, I got the position of power. You always want to negotiate from a position of power. You don't want to negotiate from a position of desperation. Most of us got into our relationships from a position of desperation. Biological clock, traditional expectations, everybody saying everything you should have by now and all that kind of stuff. I remember graduating. I remember when I graduated college, and I was thinking I was special when I went to my first job. I graduated in 4 years. I'm special. And I'll never forget what my first manager told me. He said, Jeff, you were supposed to do that. You don't celebrate a fish for swimming. That's what they do. Well, what was I doing? I was comparing myself to the people I knew wasn't going to graduate. I graduated everybody in corporate America got a degree. It don't matter how. I don't celebrate a fish for swimming. I don't celebrate a dog for barking. Jeff, you were supposed to do that. Why are you walking around here like you special because you graduated in 4 years? We're going to put you in training anyway, so your degree don't matter. So now, can you imagine being told that after you done spent the money you done spent, cheated your way through college? All that stuff all that stuff you did. But that's what I'm saying to you guys. This law of attraction stuff, this stuff is getting worse and worse with social media because nobody's operating in reality. That's why I'm saying it don't work. TLC, give me your final thought for tonight.
Again, I think with any, the law of attraction is just another system, a belief system. And with any belief system, I think it can work. It's just a matter of everybody being on board that's on that system. So if you're in a relationship and you and your partner are both believing in the law of attraction and you're both doing positive things together, then you'll both be successful. Or you'll both see things that happen to you as successful. Again, it's part of it will be your interpretation, but no matter what happens to you, you'll still cough it up as a success and keep moving forward. So that's how I feel about it. But
Okay. Rhonda, what's your closing thought?
I just don't think people have the time for the law of attraction to kick in, and where we are in today's society, because it's like they need stuff right now. What you gonna do for me now? What you gonna not what you gonna build up to, what we can work towards, or something like that. Unless they're on their second serious relationship or something, or have the maturity of someone who has had the experience of multiple relationships. But I just don't think it'll work unless that person chooses to be with you every single day.
That's good. I like that. I can tell y'all my takeaway. I don't believe it. I don't believe it works. I believe it's something to keep you busy so that you don't go into a state of depression. And this right here lets you know that if you keep operating in this ideal world, this dream world, it'll stop you from going crazy and focusing on your failure of relationships and that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, most people who operate in this stop. What do I mean by that? How many people do you see holding up the secret book now? Because we old enough to remember when it first came out.
Mm-hmm. It was big.
Why ain't nobody holding it up now? Because all those people got in relationships. They said, oh my God, it worked. And like TLC said, now they stopped it. If you start, the reason why it doesn't work, this makes the relationship even harder. Because now when you get the relationship, you got to keep it going. But you were faking, you were telling yourself something that wasn't true. At the end of the day, when the cops stopped me, I can't say I'm not stopped. What he gonna do? He gonna give me a ticket. Now don't show up to court because I wasn't stopped. I'm focusing on ideal. I'm focusing on dream. Okay, gonna be a warrant out for your arrest. Your license gonna get suspended. All that kind of stuff. This stuff makes you not operate in reality, and that's why I say it doesn't work. Because again, a lot of people can use this temporarily. And this is why I hate it. You can use this temporarily. And then you rope somebody into getting with you. And now this is why the divorce rate is so high. Because everybody went in faking. Everybody went in faking. And then reality of life kicks in. The ups and downs, the peaks and valleys kick in. And now you can't overcome it, man. And y'all know what it is. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I need y'all to do me a favor. Look below in the description, support the channel, get the merch. Everybody's social media handle is down there, even though they're going to tell you where they at. But guys, all these articles going to be linked. Get down in the comment section, man. Share this with a family member, a friend, a relationship, your spouse, your significant other. That really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. TLC, let them know where they can find you on the socials.
I'm at Instagram at TL Clay #1.
Okay, y'all make sure y'all go, man. He just dropped another comedy spot, Amateur Night. Yeah, guy, he's still amateur because he won't listen to me. I'm trying to get him, to the big stage, but he don't want to listen to me. TLC, TL Clay #1. Where else they TLC? You got to tell them where else they can find you, dog.
I'm also on the Patreon, but I haven't updated that in a while. So I gotta work on that. I gotta put
okay, yeah. Start doing the law of attraction. It'll update itself.
There you go.
Rhonda, tell them where they can find you on the socials.
You can find me on Instagram at RMBLMBT.
Man, appreciate it. Rhonda came in here while our aunt, she in there, did not give up her duties. She came in here, got my aunt on the healing highway.
Yes.
Got my aunt on the healing highway. We don't play, man. Rhonda got in there. We set it off up in there. Appreciate you being on the course, man. I'm the Real Cigar Jeff. Y'all can find me on Instagram at the Real Cigar Jeff. Facebook, Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. And of course, on YouTube, if you haven't done it already, like, share, subscribe, man. And until next time, we gonna holler.